How do we tell the stories about the brand? We tell the story of the brand through value proposition. Value proposition should generate a clear picture of the brand, create a perceivable distinction in the competitive environment. Obviously, the value proposition needs to be relevant to the various stakeholders and to have concrete values. We use the value proposition to help us define the following brand management activities. In other words, we use value proposition as our guiding principles. So when we implement the value proposition, we need to do that in every guest contact point. The value proposition, as you can see, it should be transparent, which means the value proposition needs to be understood, need to be aware, need to be seen by all the stakeholders, including our employees, our customers, our partners, and the media. Our value proposition needs to be credible. In other words, it needs to be believable. If we have a very different value proposition from our image, existing image, then people are not going to believe it. People say, oh, that must be a joke. So whatever we say is our value proposition needs to be credible. And obviously, we need to know what we can do so we don't overpromise. The value proposition needs to be accomplishable and defendable. Why do we say we are a caring organization? Do we have the policy procedure? Do we have the strategies to be a caring organization? So we need to be able to defend whatever we present as the story of the brand. Value proposition needs to be relevant to the various stakeholders, and we need to stay focused. We shouldn't have 10 different directions of 10 different values. That will be a person without personality. Okay? So if we have too many items in the value proposition, then the marketplace could be confused, or they could say, well, I don't think you know what you want to be. So the story needs to have a focus point. And then finally, the value proposition should be able to differentiate ourselves, our hotel brand, from the others in the marketplace. Now let's talk about brand positioning. Our brand positioning strategy should be based on our value proposition. So what is positioning? Positioning refers to the place that we offer. For example, our products and services. If we offer a luxury hotel, then what does this particular hotel occupies in the target market's mind? And it's a relative position. How do people perceive us in relation to our competitors? And position is in the mind of the customers. We can say this is the position we want to be, but the actual position in the marketplace is in the mind of the customers. However they perceive us in terms of the positioning on the map, that's where we are located. The other way of looking at brand positioning, we could see that as a process. Positioning is the process of establishing and maintaining a positive and distinctive place in the market for an organization and or its products and services. So it's both a process and the strategies that we want to use to place us in an ideal position to compete with other similar types of organization in the marketplace. So how do we decide where we want to be in the minds of the customers? We need to do our homework. We need to do internal analysis, external analysis. External analysis means understanding our customers, understanding market segmentation. What are the different ways to segment the market? What are the different market segments out there? What are the relative sizes of these different markets? Then we pick our target markets. We could have 3 different target markets, that's fine, but we need to clearly identify what are they. So that's external analysis. The other external analysis that we need to do is competitor analysis, to look at the competitive environment, to look at our products and services. How are our products and services different from the hotel down the street, from the hotel on the other side of the town, from the hotel who want to compete with us from the similar market segments. Based on the competitive analysis, then we can look at what kind of benefits we should focus on so that we can win the customers over. So that's the second type of competitive analysis. For internal analysis, we need to look at our corporate objectives, to look at our capabilities. Yes, we want to be the #1 hotel in the world, but do we have the capability to do that? Okay, so we need to look at our objectives, our capabilities, and based on what we can do and what our goals are, we determine which market segments we should capture and what are the benefits that we can provide. So based on the target markets that we identified and based on the products and services that we decide to package together to offer to the marketplace, we can come up with a position that we want to have in relation to other hotel properties in the competitive environment. So based on the position that we select, then we design our marketing programs and our operations strategies. Based on the position we want to have, then we can decide on the price, on the place, on the promotional activities, on the packages that we want to offer, so on and so forth. So it's a long process of analyzing both internal elements and external environment to decide on the position that we would like to have. So what are the approaches that we can use to help us achieve the position that we would like to have in the minds of customers? These are some of the broad categories. First one is price or cost. Very often when we think of a hotel company or any other company using price as a method of positioning, we usually think of lower end hotels, budget type of operations, or cheap products. Actually, that's not entirely true. Even in the luxury market, there are different price points. Some hotel companies have been very successful at the higher end, also using price as a positioning approach. For example, in the very, very high-end market, the current market could have some competitors offering a hotel resort room night for, let's say, $1,500 US. And if you look around the market when we do the external analysis, all the others could be around, let's say, $800 US. Clearly, there is a big gap in terms of price in the positioning map. So maybe you can position yourself in the range of $1,200. Some luxury hotels have used the pricing strategy successfully to establish their business model. The second type of approach is product offering or features. In other words, we can think of some things that could be attractive to our market segments. That could be based on physical attributes. For example, your rooms are particularly large. We can think of some all-suite hotels. They use the physical attributes. All of our rooms are actually suites as a feature because they know of that particular market segment that is a value. Or we can say all of our rooms are very high floors. For example, some hotels now in big urban areas, their hotel lobbies may be on the 102nd floor, 103rd floor, and all the rooms are over 100 floors high. That could be a product feature if that is of value, if that is relevant, if that is important to the market segment. Some other hotels use the fact that they use a lot of local products, local employees. They blend their architecture design with the local environment. That could be a physical attribute being used as a positioning approach. Technology, again, some hotels now feature their use of new technology in their rooms and in their various facilities. The other type of product offering that could be used as a positioning approach is service. We can say how different our services are from all the other product offerers on the market. For example, we're the only hotel offering helicopter pickup, or there's no Mission Impossible in this hotel property. As long as you name the service you need, we can do it. So these are some of the examples of using service as a differentiation method. Personnel. Some hotels or airlines are actually using their personnel or employees as the selling point. We have excellent employees. We have friendly employees. We have employees who can represent the brand of the hotel or of the airlines. So we can use personnel differentiation. Our employees have multilingual skills, for example. That could be a positioning approach if you have a truly global market. We could use our location as a positioning approach. For example, all of our properties are in very remote locations. You won't even get the Wi-Fi, or you won't even get your mobile signal. Okay, that could be a plus for some people who want to get away from everything. Exclusiveness of the location. Okay, that could be another examples of using location as a positioning approach. And finally, image. We can say our hotel is so different for a combination of reasons. We do everything differently, unlike any other. Okay? So we could use that as a differentiation point